And you can do this with your eyes closed once you have got the practice. If you already know the practice, you can begin without me. So you take your thumb and you press your thumb on your right nostril. Your first two fingers are bent down and your ring finger would then come onto your left nostril. If it's uncomfortable for you to have your fingers bent down, you can have your fingers up and just do the action. So your thumb is on your right nostril, your ring finger on your left nostril. And you begin by covering your left nostril and inhaling. Maybe try for a count of 5 or 6 to start with. You close your right nostril and pause. And then you release and open your left nostril and breathe out through your left nostril. Inhale through your left nostril for a count of 6. Close your nostrils. Exhale through your right nostril. And continue with this round. So inhaling right. Close the nostrils. Exhaling left. Inhaling left. Close the nostrils. Exhaling right. Continue with this round. Keep breathing. And on your exhale, still think about relaxing in the shoulders and relaxing in the face at the same time. So continue with your breath in your own time. And as I said at the beginning of the class, try to make that flow really soft and really even in and out. So the next time you finish your exhaling on your right nostril, I'd like you to just pause and just take some time here, observing how that breath has made you feel. And just take a moment before we begin to move to bring your thoughts into the area around your heart and just consciously soften around that area. And then I'd like you to bring your fingertips onto the tops of your shoulders. And as you exhale, draw your elbows together, and as you inhale, open your arms. Exhaling, inhaling, just warming through your shoulders here. Changing direction, bring your elbows in and then open. relaxing with your elbows still raised. As you exhale, just tilt your left elbow up and your right elbow down, just beginning to open into those ribs, pressing your left buttock and your left knee away. Inhale to come up and changing sides. Just keep going a couple of sides, one side and then the other. And then coming back to center. And now as you inhale, you're going to turn to look over your right shoulder, keeping your hands on your shoulders. And then exhale over to the left. Very simple, slow, gentle movement. And just keep going with your inhale right and exhale left. And then come back to center. And this time we're going to reverse it. So as you inhale, you're going to go to the left, looking over. As you exhale to the right. Inhale and exhale. Keep going. And then release, give your arms a little shake, allowing your elbows to relax. Linking your hands together behind your back, draw your thumbs towards the mat and just open into your heart, stretching across your shoulders. If it's comfortable in your neck, you can just turn your gaze up slightly, hold and breathe. As you exhale, release, coming off your cushion or your blanket. We're going to do our seated figure of four. So you cross your your right leg over your left, and then you're going to bring that left leg in so you are opening into your hips. Just a bit of a warm up before we start to move too much. So I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people have been out in their gardens, and you know, you need to sort of just stretch out after you've done some of those things as well, stretching into your hips, to open into that hip. Remember, this is about softening, not too much effort. As you exhale, extending your left leg, uncross, changing sides. Bring your left leg over your right, and then coming into your figure of four. As you exhale, release, and just coming over into your tabletop position. And we're just going to begin with cat-cow, so checking your foundation, wrists underneath, shoulders, knees underneath your hips. As you inhale, lower your back, turning your gaze up. As you exhale, dome through your shoulder blades, chin to chest. Inhale, soften and lower and press through the palms, look up. Exhale. Inhale, looking up and lower. Exhale. Keep going. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale to neutral, taking your knees wide, and just exhale back into your child's pose, just extending your fingertips away and just relaxing here for a couple of breaths. Remember, this is always a pose to come to if you just want to relax. As you inhale, come back into your tabletop. Now we're coming into melting heart pose, so keep your knees underneath your hips and walk your hands forward and drop your chest. So your hips are high and you're dropping your chest towards your mat, allowing your heart to open towards the earth, and just breathing here. You can come onto your fingertips if it feels better for you. Have your hands flat. If you feel incredibly mobile, you can bring your chin to the floor. Just stay in a place that is soft, not strenuous. Very gently bring your hands back into your tabletop position. So we're going to do thread the needle. And for those of you that come to my classes a lot, you'll know that one side of this for me is harder than the other, and hopefully you'll find that you're both quite even, but if you don't worry about it. One side, my shoulder goes nice and softly to the floor, and the other side is not that comfortable. So just be aware. Inhale, raise your right arm up. As you exhale, slide that arm under, but don't settle. Inhale, raise your right arm up. Exhale, slide it under, and again, don't settle. Inhale to come up. And as you exhale, slide your arm under and resting your shoulder to the floor and your side of your head to the floor. Holding here. And this is fine. If you need to keep this hand here for stability, you can. If you want to come to more of an opening, I'd like you to bring your arm up, your left arm up towards the sky. And just hold that there, checking in that you're not feeling too much uncomfortableness in the neck. And then if this is okay, reach your left arm over your head to the mat on the floor above your head, coming onto your fingertips and just then sinking into the pose a little bit more, holding and breathing here. Maybe have a little smile. If your arm is extended, bring it back up, bring it back in, place it on the mat next to your face, and then as you inhale, sweep your right arm back up towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, place it back into your tabletop. Take a moment if you need to go back into child's pose to rebalance. And then inhale, raise your left arm up towards the sky. As you exhale, sliding under, and again hover. Inhale to open. Exhale, sliding under to hover. Inhale to open. And exhale, slide under, and drop that shoulder to the floor again. As best as you can, feeling a nice opening in the shoulder blade. Making sure your breath is nice and relaxed, finding your point of balance. And then if you can, raise your right arm up towards the sky. And then if you did on the other side and you found it worked for you, taking that right hand towards the floor above your head, extending it out and just resting here. As you inhale, bring your right hand next to your face. Press through your right hand and open your left arm back up towards the ceiling, and then come back down into your tabletop and just sit back into your child's pose and just rest for a moment, either with your arms out in front of you or with your hands down by your feet. And just relax and breathe. As you inhale, come up. You're going to turn your knees so your knees are facing the long side of your mat. Extending your right leg out and take your left hand down underneath your shoulder. Get your position here, and then we're going to open that right arm back and open. So it's kind of like a half moon circle. We're not coming straight up to the sky, we're opening our chest and looking up, opening our heart to the sky. As you inhale, bring your arm back up to center, and as you exhale, take your fingertips over your head, pointing away from you, and you can either keep your right foot on the floor or raise your right leg up. As you exhale, bring that foot to the floor, bring your arm back up to help you, and come back up to kneeling at center. If you need to pad underneath your knees, that's great. If you have a blanket or a cushion, just to pad. Extend your left leg out along the mat, dropping your right hand underneath your right shoulder, and then raise your left arm up, and again opening back, so opening in your chest, so kind of almost doing a back bending half moon circle back bend, turning your gaze up towards the sky. And then bring your arm back up through center, extending your arm over your head. And if you did on the other side, raise that leg and breathe. As you exhale, look down, use your arm to help you come back onto your knees, turning back onto the long side of your mat. Tuck your toes under and press back into your downward dog. Just walk in the dog to begin with. Beginning to warm through the back of the ankles. Pressing your heels away. We're just going to hold dog here. Remember, we're melting and softening today. We don't want too much effort into the poses, so just allow your head to completely relax. Just tune into the chest area again. And just checking in that you haven't got tension there. Breathing in slow, steady breath. If you're not breathing in a slow, steady breath, then come out and rest in child's pose or tabletop. And just before we move out of the position, I'd like you to just drop your knees and press back through your hips so you can really extend into the back, and then press back up again, almost like you want to drop your head as close to the floor as you can get it. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, look between your hands, and just gently walking for now between your hands for your ragdoll, taking hold of your elbows and just forward fold, just to stretch down into the upper back, creating that space. Hold and breathe, rocking from side to side, maybe straightening one leg and then the other. And then finding a place of stillness, turning your palms up so that you're not tempted to really clench or draw yourself down, And just really relax and soften into your forward fold. And if your legs have come completely straight, just bend them slightly and roll yourself up to standing. So from our standing, we're going to do a few different back bends in standing. So taking your feet hip distance apart, arms face sideways on. Place your thumbs into your hips, draw your elbows back, and as you inhale, open into your chest and turn your gaze up towards the sky. And breathing here. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, release your hands. Link your hands together behind your back as we did in our seated pose. And draw your elbows together behind your back. Draw your shoulder blades together. Inhale, turn your gaze up. Place a gentle bend in your knees, and as you exhale, forward fold, raising your arms up towards the sky. Keeping the knees bent or straightening them, whichever works for you. If your legs are straight, gently bend them and roll yourself back up to standing and coming back into, maybe take those hands away from the back as much as you can and then release. Now I admit that some of you may not have a strap long enough for this, but this is another really nice way to come and open in the heart and open in the chest. So feet position, nice and relaxed, hip distance apart. If you have a strap or a long belt or a tie, you need to have it so that your arms are straight out in front of you, slightly wider. So to begin with, we're going to take our arms up above our head in this position. I'll give you a minute to hold to get your straps right. Hopefully you're all with me. And then as you exhale, take your right hand down to your side, bring your left arm up towards the ceiling, press through your left foot, really stretching into the side body, opening. If you have, or you know you have an existing shoulder condition, please be careful with these these next few moves. You know, just take your time. Remember, softening and releasing. So changing sides, bringing the left hand down and the right arm up. The arm is coming sort of behind the head more than in front. Press to the edge of your right foot. Inhale, come back through center, arms wide, back to your right side, bringing the hand down, stretching in the left side of the body. Inhale to come back up through center and changing sides. Inhale to come back up through center, and this is the one that you might find a little bit tricky, so just take your time, slowly bringing your arms behind you with your strap nice and wide. Inhale up and back through center. Inhale up, exhale, open wide. Inhale up and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up and then release your strap. Well done. Coming to the front of your mat. Excellent. So coming to the front of your mat in Tadasana. Toes touching, heels slightly apart. Hands down by your sides. Just take a moment to come into your breath. So everybody inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, raise your arms up, hands together, look at your thumbs. As you exhale, swan dive forward, tuck in your head in. Inhale, fingertips or on your shins, wherever you are in your practice. As you exhale, place your hands flat, step back to your plank position. Lower your knees, lower your chest all the way to the floor, releasing your toes. Inhale into a cobra. Exhale to lower down. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, press back up into your downward facing dog. Adjust and breathe. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, looking up with straight legs. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping your arms all the way up. Exhaling, hands in front of your heart. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward, tucking your head in. Inhale, fingertips flat back, hands flat, step back to your plank. Lower your knees and your chest, or lower your body, chaturanga, all the way down. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Exhale to lower, tuck your toes under. Inhale, press back to your downward facing dog. Adjust and breathe. So remember, checking in, no tension in the face, no tension in the jaw, soften around the heart and the chest. As you exhale, bend your knees. As you inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, looking up with straight legs. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping your arms all the way up. Exhaling, hands in front of your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward, tucking your head in. Inhale, fingertips flat back. Hands flat, step back to your plank. Lower your knees, lower your chest, lower your body, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Exhale. Inhale, press back into your downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, on your next inhale, raise your right leg up. As you exhale, draw that knee in towards your chest. Inhale to extend. Exhale, hug the knee in. Inhale to extend. And this time as you exhale, step your right foot to the right hand and drop your left knee to the mat. Inhale to look up. Exhale, straight leg forward fold. Inhale to look up. Exhale, straight leg forward fold. Inhale to look up. Exhale, straight leg forward fold. This time as you inhale, come into your lunge. And we're just doing a bit of hip opening here. So opening the front, because our balance today will be dancer. So we need to have a nice opening here. So once you have this position and you feel stable, you're padding the knee if you need to. You can open your arms wide and just come into a nice heart opening stretch whilst in your balance. As you exhale, bring your hands on either side of your foot, tuck your back toes under and step back to your plank. Lower your knees, lower your chest, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. Exhale to lower. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, press back up into your downward facing dog. Adjust and breathe. On your next inhale, raise your left leg all the way up. As you exhale, draw that knee in towards your chest. Inhale to extend. Exhale to hug in. Inhale to extend. Exhale to hug in, and then step left foot to the floor, right knee to the mat. Lunge looking up. Exhaling, straight leg forward fold. Inhale to look up. Exhale, straight leg forward fold. Inhale. Exhale. And this time as you inhale, coming into your lunge, taking your hand onto the top of your left thigh and pressing yourself forward to open into the front with the psoas on your right side. Finding your point of balance and then opening your heart and breathe. And maybe smile. As you exhale, bring your hands on either side of your foot. Tuck your back toes under. Step back to your plank. Lower your knees, lower your chest, lower your body all the way down. Inhaling upward dog cobra. Exhale to lower. Tuck your toes under and inhale, press back in to your downward facing dog. Adjust and breathe. As you exhale, bend your knees, turn your gaze. Inhale, step or jump to the front of the mat, looking up with straight legs. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, raising your arms all the way up. And exhaling, hands in front of your heart. And just close your eyes here for a moment. Just coming into a slow, steady breath. And then inhale, open your eyes, and exhale, release your hands. So we're coming into our dancer pose. If you know dancer and you know how to get into it, you can proceed. I've got the wall here, as you all know. I'm not that brilliant at balancing. So I've come off my mat a little bit and I've got the wall, my left hand is on the wall. I'm bringing my right leg up behind me. And this might be where you're going to stay. Just finding that balance, and just take the hand away from the wall. Find your point of balance here. And if you have a point of balance, you can then raise your left arm up above your head. And if that is working for you and you feel stable, you're going to come into dancer, drawing that right leg up behind you, keeping your chest up, hold and breathe. As you exhale, come in and release, and changing sides. I'll say one done because I know you're all better at this than me. So coming into your other side. Now my right hand is coming on towards the wall just as for safety. Bring your left leg up behind you, taking hold of your left foot, and that might be just enough for today. Raising your right arm up. Once you have your you'll feel your balance, your point of balance, see if you can come and stretch up into your dancer. Hold and breathe. As you exhale, release and bring yourself back to standing and come back onto your mat if you've come off your mat. Coming to the front of your mat, we're just going to vinyasa down to do some more work into our back bend. So inhale, raising your arms up. As you exhale, swan dive forward, tucking your head in. Inhale onto your fingertips and hands flat, step back to your plank. And from your plank, lower your knees and come into kneeling. Now, I've got quite a lot of mats. I've got 2 mats because of the hard floor, and I'm also going to use a blanket underneath my knees. So if you know that we're going to go into camel, if you know that camel is very uncomfortable for you on your knees, then you can come into even more padding. So in camel pose, your knees are underneath your hips. And we're going to begin with our toes tucked under. And as we did in our standing position, we're going to just take our hands into the small of our back here, just touching just at the top of your sort of dimples in your hips. Draw your elbows together, press your thighs and hips forward and arching back, looking up. If it's too much in the neck, you can just bring your head forward, but just trying to work into that back bend. As you inhale, come back to a central position. If that was your edge for today, if that's where you feel that was as far enough, then that's absolutely fine. If you want to go to the next stage, as you come back with your body, you release both hands onto your heels and press your chest forward. Hold and breathe. Very gently coming back up. Third variation, drop off your toes. Some people are really amazing at keeping this bit pressing forward. So you're keeping your hips pressing forward. You don't have to do the third variation, but if you feel that the other one was okay, the second one was okay, the third one is you reach your hands back onto your heels and hold your heels here. As you inhale, try to come up a bit more central, and as you exhale, just sit back down for a moment just to rebalance here. Takes a lot of energy, camel and back bending, so just remember we want to soften, so just come back into your soft breath just for a moment. And then from there, coming and sitting onto your bottom. Now, I know some of you find cow legs really difficult, so if you don't like taking your right leg over so that your knee is almost pointing towards your toe, you can bring your left leg underneath, but some people, that's too much on the knee, so you leave this leg extended. If it's okay for you, you're going to bring both legs into cow legs. And some of you will have a lovely, nice alignment here. And then we're going to do our cow arms. So as you inhale, you're going to raise your left arm up. Drop your left hand down your back, really using your hand, pull that shoulder up and open. And then taking your right hand and trying to get your fingertips to join. If you find that this isn't in your practice, you can get your strap and join using a strap. Okay, so just holding this open heart cow pose. Trying to keep your head nice and upright. If you feel comfortable, you can drop your body a little bit further forward, but try not to compromise the opening in the shoulder. As you inhale, come up. As you exhale, release, and changing sides. So unraveling your legs. This time, your left leg is over the top. So you've got your cow legs, the sides of your feet, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, the sides of your feet are touching the floor, so your flats of your feet pointing up. And then you can either use your strap, or if you can, join your hands, raise your right arm up, and then draw that right arm down. You can use your left hand to help you get that elbow up and high. So as far down the center of your back as you can, and then reaching your left arm up the back behind you and linking your fingertips if you can, or using your strap. You'll all know, I know some of you can do this really easily. Holding the position and breathe. And if you want to do a little tilt to work into that hip a little bit more, do so, but keeping that arm up and open. And as you exhale, release. And as you exhale, unravel. I'm very conscious I've been going on a bit long tonight. So coming into Paschimottanasana, taking your bum cheeks out. Just resting for a moment again, softening, rebalancing. And as you inhale, extending your arms up, draw your tummy muscles in. And as you exhale, forward fold, closing down the practice, closing inward, being very conscious of your breath. As you inhale, turn your gaze up. As you exhale, release. Now this is where I want you to have your cushions. So grab your cushions, grab your blankets. You're going to make a pile behind you so that you can lie back with a kind of open heart relaxation pose here. And this is where we're going to do our Shavasana. If you get into this position, you can put another cushion up underneath your head so that you're just in a nice relaxed, you don't have to be too much, just opening your heart out and just lying in this position and let go. Remember to soften through the limbs, soften around the eyes. A gentle flowing breath. And just allowing yourself to completely relax. And just taking that moment to relax the muscles in your chest around your heart. And you feel yourself enveloped in a warm, loving embrace. Your whole body filling up through your heart, from your heart and around with warmth, love and compassion. And then really focusing your mind into your heart center. Just picturing a beautiful pink flower. And the leaves spreading out from your chest, filling your whole body with peace and love. Everything soft, everything relaxed. And just as we finish our final relaxation, our mantra, I listen to my heart and honor its connection to others. I allow love to fill me up and guide me in my actions. And I can invite you to stay on your cushions, nice and relaxed. just switch me off. Or if you want to finish your practice with me, then very gently, using your hands to help you, just keeping your eyes closed if you can, just press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands into your prayer position in front of your heart. And taking a moment of gratitude for your practice today. Thank you all for coming and joining me in the class. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you always be enough. Namaste.